Is vision picking ready for prime time? My guest is Seth Patin. He is CEO and founder of LogistiVIEW. Hi, Seth.
Good afternoon, Robert. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being with me. So, in terms of today's technology and the state of the art, just what is vision picking?
Vision picking specifically is the usage of smart glasses and augmented reality in the operations of picking in a warehouse.
How does it compare with previous automated picking systems?
So the primary difference is that instead of having a device in your hand or even wearing a voice headset on your head that really just speaks to you, instead of having those devices, which are the more traditional methods of picking, instead you wear a headset that has a display in it. It
Mhm.
sits right in front of your eye, and it simultaneously provides voice instruction. It provides visual guidance, similar to the type of instructions that might be on the RF handheld device, but it's hands-free and simultaneously visual and voice enabled.
Now, vision picking in some form or another isn't exactly new. We know we had Google Glass a number of years ago. For some reason, didn't get the traction that people thought it was going to get at the time. Is this a kind of a reinvention of that, or a step forward from that? And why has it taken this long for vision picking to actually begin to pick up?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with hardware and software maturity. So, to your point, Google Glass is what everyone remembers in 2013 when it was first launched. A number of companies in our space have been doing vision picking or developing towards it ever since then. Even LogistiVIEW was founded in 2014, so we've been trying to do this for quite some time. But as with all things technology related, technology advances. And
Yeah.
so over the course of the last 8 years, we've seen substantial advances in hardware capacity, hardware capability, as well as maturation of the software that runs on those devices. It's no different than a smartphone. You think about the earliest smartphones that came out in the late 2000 aughts, and then compare them to the iPhone 14, for example, that just released, and you can feel the difference that has happened over the course of time. Mobility in general, mobile hardware has just become a lot more powerful, and
Mhm.
the software has been developed to match it.
In its current form, what is the most ideal environment for the use of vision picking in terms of type of facility, type of industry, type of product?
I think perhaps the most valuable is probably in high volume and sometimes high value each picking or case picking environments. If you think about places where having accuracy is critical, where having speed and hands-free capacity is critical, all these factors drive the decision to go with a technology that gives you the ability to give better, more clear instruction in a rapid way. And so those especially as distribution has become more personalized to the market. Everyone wants a personalized something or other these days. It's not
Mhm.
not like it's all just pallets and cases being shipped out anymore. That has made the complexity of the amount of information that the picker has to process just much higher. And so vision gives us the ability to head that off and make it easier for the picker.
Is it applicable to a wide range of types of products, consumer products or the like, or the particular types of products that lend themselves especially to this technology?
I think it's really universal. The factor isn't so much the specific product type, but the importance of it to the business, or the diversity of the product is a big factor as well. If you're shipping the same thing all day every day, maybe not necessarily something you want to go get vision for. But if you're doing an e-commerce operation, whether you're shipping apparel or you're shipping power tools, uh, both those situations would be just as applicable. We also find use cases in contract manufacturing are becoming popular. The ability to capture images and video for audit purposes. Any place where you have fast-moving, high diversity in SKUs and instructions, and potentially the need for audit and downstream visibility. All of those places are good places for vision.
What's involved in training employees on the use of this technology to start out? Be bringing in new people into a facility. You're handing them this pair of glasses and this technology. How long does it take to get them up to speed on it?
Generally the process is pretty fast. And I think the hardest thing about adapting vision technology for the worker themselves is, hey, what the heck are these smart glass things? Like, this is kind of new to me. But what we find is that, especially, and this is important for the software factor of it as well, is the software needs to make the smart glasses easy to use. And so what we find is that after the person gets used to positioning the display so they can see it, and they get used to there's a couple buttons that you use to navigate menus and whatnot. Once you get used to that fact that this device is kind of on your head and how you see it and how you hear it and whatnot, at that point, then the instructions begin to flow very smoothly. And so what we generally find is that it only takes a few minutes, 15 minutes or so for someone to get acclimated to smart glasses. And usually they're up and running on their job within, half an hour to an hour later. So it's a very rapid uptake time.
No problem with people like you and me who already wear eyeglasses. I mean, to put them on top of that in terms of people with different types of vision, not an issue.
Yeah, it's actually something that most people assume smart glasses are literally, glasses that go on your face, when in fact that's not really the case. The most successful smart glass manufacturers for this type of environment actually have solutions that go on headbands that go around your head, or little frames that sit over top of your glasses. So the display sits in front of your face, but it's not actually blocking your glasses. Moreover, it's designed to feel kind of like a smartphone at 18 to 24 inches. So if you have corrective lenses that require you to correct your vision for a smartphone use, typically you'll be able to see a pair of smart glasses very much the same way. And so we find that very, very few people have disability in terms of being able to use smart glasses. Glasses also generally support both right eye and left eye dominance. So you can take the glasses that were on the right eye, you can swap them around so that now the glasses are on the left eye. So that also permits more universal usage within the workforce. One device can be used across an entire workforce.
Do they integrate well with all other types of automated systems that we're seeing pop up in warehouses today, especially autonomous mobile robots, other types of picking systems? I mean, they have to play nice with the other systems too in the larger warehouse management system. Is there any issues there?
I think the smart glasses themselves are nothing more than another mobile device. And so ultimately the fact that it's a powerful mobile device and that software is written for that mobile device is what gives smart or vision picking the ability to integrate with anything else. Of course, that is a critical factor of the software that runs on the smart glasses as well. And so you have to, the software vendors have to ensure that integration and workflow optimization and data collection and things like that are handled properly with all those external systems, whether that be collaborative robotics, warehouse management systems, etc. But yes, there's absolutely done today.
As you say, it's a different world technologically from 2013. Are there any further obstacles that stand in the way of broader application of vision picking, or just to see a clear road to them being more widely used in the future?
I think right now there's a notable uptick in terms of what we're seeing in acceptance and deployment of vision picking solutions. For many years, it was viewed as an innovation solution, and more it's being viewed as a productivity discussion. So instead of innovation teams driving the discussion, it's being driven by engineering or operations. What I think is going to continue to happen is, just like all things, technology, it matures, and as the hardware continues to mature, as the use cases become more common, the case studies become more visible, it's going to become much less of a new technology, quote unquote, and rather something that is just one of the options that's out there, and a good option for a lot of cases.
We had voice picking, we had pick to light, we have all these different systems that have come along throughout the years. Now we have vision picking, but you think this particular technology is really here to stay?
I think it's here to stay, partially because it actually takes the best of all of those things that you just mentioned and puts them together. It has a display like an RF device. It has the ability to pair with a scanner like an RF device would have. It provides voice instruction and gives you the ability to speak voice commands like a voice device does. And it allows you to use augmented reality to show virtual lights instead of physical lights like a Pictolite. So what you get is a system that's highly flexible, but actually has the best part of all of those technologies built into it.
Hey, Seth, thank you very much for telling me a little bit about the state of the art in vision picking and its potential future. I really appreciate your time on that. I do want to take a moment to ask you specifically about LogistiVIEW. Who are you guys and what are you doing in the marketplace today?
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. And fantastic question. LogistiVIEW is a workforce optimization platform that uses, among other technologies, vision picking and augmented reality to improve the productivity and job satisfaction of frontline workers. We do this by connecting all of the various parts of the warehouse, like you mentioned earlier. Humans are a critical part of any warehouse operation, but oftentimes they're not very well connected to machines and information systems. Data isn't shared with the people in a way that really is very people friendly. And so our software sits as a platform layer underneath that warehouse management system and connects people to robots and to automation and to the warehouse management system. And we do so in a way that's ideally very simple, using things like augmented reality and smart glasses. It allows us to make people faster, smarter, safer, and more accurate.
Seth Patin of LogistiVIEW, thanks very much for talking to me today about vision picking in general and LogistiVIEW specifically. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Likewise, Robert. Thank you.